Some might say it's a dog's life, you know, being part of the British monarchy. Not me, of course. I think it will be fabulous, don't you? Living in a castle, a palace, people to look after you, make your favourite meals, have a piper outside every morning, playing the bagpipes. Who needs a digital alarm, eh? Yes. But now, of course, we have to look at other people within the British monarchy that may want our support since, of course, the sad demise and passing of our wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, after 70 years on the throne. And of course, we're talking about people, and I call them people, but they are people to, of course, the late monarch, and indeed to those that are now left to look after them. That's right, the late monarch's favourite corgis, and how they soon could be given a bigger starring role. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, thank you so much for joining me. I was only pulling your leg at the start of It's a Dog's Life, you know. I don't know about you, I saw this thing the other day in the newspaper about our favourite Downing Street cat, Larry. And there was a wonderful picture, I think you can see it now, of him stretched out on the pavement outside number 10 Downing Street. And somebody captioned it, which I thought was very funny, that Larry had glued himself like the eco-warriors to the path outside Downing Street until the latest British Prime Minister was removed from office. Cruel, but very funny. And there's only one person that truly rules Downing Street. A little bit like our late monarch, of course, Queen Elizabeth II. We all knew that she was the boss, but the true boss, of course, were those lovely corgis that she loved and adored the whole of her life for 96 years. Ever since, of course, her father, King George VI, gave her a corgi as a present. Now, as we now know, and we saw at the state funeral, sadly, those dogs are without their mistress, but have been very kindly attended to and looked after for walks by the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, and in her absence, of course, the Queen's son, Prince Andrew. But according to a good source, and as ever, you know, I have to say allegedly, but I can give you a 99.9% backed fact on this particular one. According to that source, Sarah's pondering about the idea of actually now, you know, releasing more pictures, perhaps videos online on her social media channel, because she said she's been inundated with people asking about how the corgis are doing and, you know, what they're up to and stuff like that. And she says that they've given her so much pleasure that she wants to share it with people, but she's worried, of course, that people may think that she's trying to exploit them. You know, I don't really think that at all, do you? I'd love to know what you think in the comments below about this story, because I think we all liked them, didn't we? My favourite, of course, I've said this many times to you, I know, but was Candy. Earlier this year at Windsor Castle, when the Queen was just going through some itinerary for the Platinum Jubilee, Candy came in during filming and looked around, and when the Queen didn't have any sweets or treats, just turned her back and marched back out. That's the love of dogs for you, isn't it? But on a serious note, Duchess Fergie, as we like to call her, thinks that this might be a nice way of people just seeing them and how they're progressing and, you know, what they're up to, just little snapshots of their life. At the moment, as I say, it's just very much an idea floating around in the ether, as they like to say. But I'm sure if she got a lot of support for this, and you know, she does watch this channel, I have been told. So if she got a lot of support for this, then perhaps we could see a little bit more of our late monarch's wonderful pets, Murk and Sandy. Now, how about it? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.